Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. We have some progress going on around here. I've been filming it and not really talking about it. So today I'm going to talk about it. Right, little Fifi? Meow. Meow. That's a cute little meow, little girl. Okay, sorry for the Fifi interruption. Bob will probably be along shortly. First up is the neighbors next door have been helping me out just tremendously. So I do what I can to help them out also. They had a big project coming up and they're having their septic system put in. It actually got put in very successfully, but they had some trees in the way. So, yeah. So he cut down the trees and then my skid steer helped push them out of the way. They also had, they have a shed house that they're getting ready to convert, and they had a gravel pad put down. Well, when they came out and designed the septic tank was going right where a bunch of their gravel pad was. So they didn't have to do it, but you know, you pay money for good rock. So we used my skid steer to move it away from the septic area, and then we moved it in front of their house. So here's some footage of them taking down some trees and moving the gravel to get ready for their septic system. Yep, that worked out pretty good. Yeah, I've never done any of this before, and neither have they. But with that bucket, we just scooped up, you know, as much gravel as we could, put down some fabric cloth to extend the gravel in front of their house, and just moved it over there. And that was good. They got their septic from the same person I did. So, yeah, those guys came out. They were done in 3 hours. Everything very good. If you're in this area and need a septic, I know who to call. So yeah, their septic is all ready to go. Now they can call and get their water hooked up, and yeah, good for them. So while he was cutting down the trees, he got his chainsaw, you know, running and everything working good with his chainsaw. So while I had his chainsaw out, he came over and took down, I don't know, 10, 12 pine trees and one dead cedar tree. So here's some footage of him clearing out my what will be my fence line. I've been walking around this afternoon doing fence lines and stuff, and Bob's been keeping up, but just barely. He's like, he can't, it's nap time, but I'm out running around and he loves following me around. So he just makes it far enough to plop back down. Poor guy. What do you say, Fifi? What do you say? He's not saying nothing. All right, yeah, we are out here. So we've got the dead end one-way lane, and then I've got these power lines parallel to the lane. I don't know, 80 feet or so off. So the don't want to put fencing under the power lines because they've got a 20-foot right-of-way. But 20 feet is about where I'm standing now. So I'd like my front fence line here to go straight down there, and as you can see, there were some trees in the way, and we took care of that. Yeah, so this is probably the biggest chunk of work that needed to be done before I can start putting my fencing in. Left a lot of pine stumps sticking out of the ground, so I'll go through there and either dig them, or since they're pine, they won't grow back. I might cut some of them off just at ground level. But the ones that I think will be in the direct path of the fence line, I'll probably dig those out. So yeah, now I just need to put the grapple on my skid steer and pick up these trees and pile them up. They're mostly smaller pines, so not much lumber could be had from them. But yeah, if anybody with a mill wants to come get them, hurry up. I did leave all of the hardwoods because they weren't in the way. It was just the pines in the way. And now in the future, I don't have to worry about the pines being too close to the power lines. But yeah, you can see that tree right there, that big one. That's about where my fence line will go, right towards that fence. And then it'll be going back in there. We also marked some more trees back here. You might be able to see some orange tape. But just some dead trees. Some dead trees that need to go, and then there's a couple more that need to go that would be in the fence line, but nothing major. So that's why I had that crew out here last year with a forestry mulcher and the bulldozer. They got most of the stuff. And another thing I'm doing is, well, you can kind of see where I've tore up everything out here. I've just been experimenting with that skid steer, learning how to use the stump bucket and the root rake grapple. Here's some footage of me with that root rake grapple, and this is what it does, is you can dig out down into the ground with it and start pulling up you know, the roots from old stumps and stuff like that. So now I'll keep playing. I think there's a cedar stump right there. I haven't gotten that one yet. I did get one out of there. But yeah, just playing along with the caterpillar. Right, little Fifi? She loves following me when I go out for walks. Yes, you do. I want to give another big shout out to Wiley from Working with Wiley for getting my Caterpillar 257B skid steer back in service. He took it down to a shop in Waldron, and so he could work on it out of the rain. The rollers down there, you know, it's like tires on the car. They're not built to last for the life of it. You got to replace them sometimes. So he replaced 2 of the rollers, and then there was a cylinder it's the cylinder that locks the attachments into place. So like if you've got a bucket on there or a grapple or whatever, you can drive up to it and press a button in the cab and it'll lock that attachment into place. And so one of those cylinders went bad, and he got that. He's got videos, links down below to Working with Wiley. 2 videos. He's got a video repairing the rollers, and he's got a video putting on a new cylinder. Definitely go check out Working with Wiley. Now, and then of course, it must be my luck, but the grapple attachment, went bad. So now I'm waiting on a part for that. The attachment, the connectors. So let me go over here. There are these two connectors. So on my grapple, it uses hydraulics to, you know, to grab onto stuff and to grapple it. And couldn't get them connected. And that was my fault. When I first got that grapple, we were testing it out, and the hoses were too short, and we discovered the hoses were too short the hard way. Oh, and I got a phone call coming in. So anyway, I'm gonna answer this phone call. Thanks to his shop, we got this skid steer fixed. Working with Wiley. See you in a minute.